It's not unusual for people to choose to forget or to forget the origins of many subreddits. Sometimes it seems inconsequential, sometimes there's a dark history that people want to forget. But as the replica scene continues to grow day by day, I thought it would be interesting to uncover the true origins of Fashionreps that many people may not know about. On Thursday, the 24th of April 2014, the Fashionreps subreddit was created by a user called Aiden6. Aiden6's account itself was created on August 25th, 2012, his first post being Black Ops 2 zombie gameplay. A post so innocent, it would be almost unimaginable to think about what happened only a few years later. While scrolling through his timeline, the majority of posts are just about gaming, streetwear, a lot of buying and selling Amazon gift cards, and Steam gift cards. Aiden originally came across the idea to create the subreddit as he realized there only existed a subreddit for replica shoes at the time, not one for streetwear or clothing. Well, as we all know, Linless and the current mod team does not have Aiden on it. So what actually happened? Aiden got embroiled in corruption, rigging giveaways, and eventually even tried to off himself. Now, instead of getting nitty gritty about specific aspects of the subreddit at the time, because now that it's privated, it's very hard to piece shit together. The only reason I'm able to make this video is because I did research 2 or 3 years ago for it. So what did happen? Aiden, after creating the subreddit, saw a huge increase in support for it. He ended up taking on an IRL friend of his, Tixos, onto the mod team. Now, unknown to some people at the time and initially, Tixos and Aiden were in real life friends. They went to the gym together. Now, it kind of began as well when Tixos won a giveaway that Aiden posted, and from there, you could just see corruption unfold. Now, it became pretty apparent pretty quickly that something was going on. Wu-Tang Mate, who was a prominent person in the community and still is to some extent nowadays, posted on r/rep sneakers about the situation. He said, now obviously, PKZ has bought the Fashionreps mods, because the mods will never let anyone say anything bad about that site, and they generally feel shilly but even shadier. I remember reading a review for a ship BOGO from PKZ that the user wasn't happy with, and like an hour later, it was gone. Tixos did respond to this thread at the time and said, oh, well, they run giveaways, we're not banning other sellers. But Wu-Tang made a very fair point. His issue was not that David and PKZ were still on the subreddit or being promoted on the subreddit. The issue with it was that they're pushing down, as moderators, sellers who are selling shit batches for high prices, and new users who don't know what they're doing, especially at the time where Tabao and Weedian wasn't as straightforward as it is now, and making them think that, oh, this is the best quality they can get. As the mods are promoting them, they're able to sell 3rd or 5th batch items for, honestly, $200 to $300, which is way too expensive for what it is. Now, there's other evidence of this, and this was a big discussion within the community at the time, and eventually David did go MIA after the removal of Aiden, and let's get right into the removal of Aiden. Sandy Pop, who is a Reddit admin, came onto the sub posting saying, we've gotten reports about people receiving compensation for moderator actions. In response to this, Aiden essentially went on a narcissistic rant to Sandy Pop posting on the Reddit. He essentially stated, and I'll put the screen grab up on your screen right now, that, oh, well, I should receive compensation because I have to deal with 14-year-old shitheads without getting anything out of it. And that also he's doing a service to the community because he's able to receive items himself and then deem whether or not these sellers are trustworthy. Now, I fully accept he did create the subreddit, and I do think the existence of the subreddit in the first place is a really good thing. But what makes a subreddit as well is the community, and what he chooses to neglect essentially in the entire thing is that there's other people also involved, and those are the people posting. Because he moderates it doesn't mean that he's solely to credit for the rise of the subreddit. Yeah, it didn't exist before, but we all come together and we post on it, we have discussions, things like that. He said, and quote, I'm sick of having to put up with 14-year-old snot-nosed little shitbags for no compensation whatsoever. And eventually he was removed and replaced. Aiden didn't decide to go down without a fight after, and this is the downfall of Aiden6. Right after he was removed, there was a group chat with a bunch of people within the community. I believe it was mostly moderators. So I had Max, Aiden, Tixos all in it, and Ilya as well. Also had Wu-Tang in it, but he essentially wanted to off himself. He said, oh, I only make $1,000, I think my girlfriend's cheating on me, and obviously was really, really upset and depressed at the time. He basically hoaxed offing himself. I can't really tell whether or not this was serious, or he was doing it for attention, or if he actually tried it and it didn't work. Now this, to be honest, is no laughing matter. There was like huge swells of people basically telling him to do it and things like that in many of the Reddit comments. Obviously, I don't condone that type of action. After that, he got into kind of the 6 stages of grief. So first he was upset, obviously trying to off himself, and then after that, he went into anger. And this is where he tried to take everyone else down with him. He posted a subreddit thread on r/replica sneakers called Showbusters, screen caps from Fashionreps creator, exposing every replica mod, even David Jones. Now I can't attest that obviously after all of his anger that all of this is true, but essentially it's a bunch of screen caps of Ilya, Tixos, and other people in these group chats, and even other group chats as well, where mods are discussing payments they received and discounts they've received. Now I'm pretty sure basically every single person involved isn't a part of these staff teams anymore anyway, but it's still really interesting to see how he tried to take people down with him because he was so upset of what happened to him. And I think the most interesting thing to highlight is what happened to Aiden, because that is the most verifiable thing. You can see all of these screen caps on your screen right now anyhow, and if you need them or want them, you can use Undid It, which is a Reddit tool to basically see posts that have been removed. Aiden was just essentially very, very upset about getting removed and wanted to take other people down. He did kind of go on a self-righteous rant as if we can't let these paid off bastards decide for us, when he was paid off himself originally. It's a bit self-righteous and again narcissistic, where he tries and goes on the reverse of what he did to try and act like he never did anything wrong. Now, do I think that you should receive some form of compensation if you're running a really, really big Reddit? Maybe, but there's no difference from what he did to what others did, and turning around and trying to throw them under the bus as well just shows how immature he is and how much he couldn't handle losing when other people won. Now, to be honest, that's really it for the story of Aiden 6. He tried to create another subreddit himself, but it didn't really blow up as much. And as we can see, Fashionreps, other than currently being closed, has over 1 million users. Now, why is this important and why did I make this video in the first place? To be honest, I thought it would be interesting for you guys and some interesting content for the new people in the community who don't really know about any of this. The current staff team, I can't really attest or haven't seen actual evidence of them being corrupt or taking payments from anyone. And I don't really want to get into that anyway because it's all speculation. At the moment, I don't think it's true. But in this community, we know that a lot of content creators are paid off and that they receive compensation for helping out sellers and promoting them. Now, this isn't inherently wrong, but I still think it's really important, like Wu-Tang said, to educate people to find the most affordable and the best batches, rather than shoving down terrible fucking batches for $300. It's not fair to new users, and this is a community as well. And I know it sounds utopian, but it's still true. It's also a cautionary tale to always be wary of those that are trying to shove down sellers down your throat and trying to take advantage of you. To be honest, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys did like this type of content, please make sure to like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and peace out.